Hello you absolute legends, welcome back to the channel. It's John here, and today we're going to be fitting these to this. These are genuine Proton 1.3 and 1.5 headlamp protectors, and I'm going to be fitting them to this, my Proton SE. Big shout out to Alex, who sent me some of these. These are really blooming rare, and they came as part of a whole collection of bits and pieces. In the previous video, which I haven't seen already, is Alex sent me a bit of a mystery box, and in there is all sorts of goodies, and these headlamp protectors were part of it. So I could have them sat on a shelf. I have got another box which I'm going to put in the Proton Museum. However, I'm going to fit them to this car, and we're going to have a look how easy or difficult it is. And looking at the instructions in the box, it was a case of putting them on and clipping them and watching them go. Now, all I would say is this car is 30 years old. Things have been moved about. The gap here in between here and here is massively different. At some point I think it's had a little bit of a knock on the bumper, and it's had an aftermarket sort of light fitted here. What I'm going to do before I fit them is obviously clean the lights, just to make sure they're nice and clean, and then we'll fit them. First protocol then is to clean the lights. They are glass, these are plastic, and I'm going to use this just to clean the lights off. It's a PVCU frame cleaner. It's the best stuff in the world, and it's going to get off any sort of nasties that are on there before we fit it. Right, so that is the headlamps all nice and cleaned off. The next thing to do is pop the bonnet, because obviously you have to fit these by opening the bonnet. One thing I'm concerned about is the rubbing. I'm concerned about the plastic rubbing against here and here, and it causing more damage than actually doing protection. So we'll do a trial fit just to see how they are fitting. So we'll open the bonnet. We'll open the car first. It's a beautiful Friday here in Lincolnshire, by the way. Absolutely gorgeous, blue skies. And I've dropped a key, so good job I had them in my pocket. And the car actually needs a blooming good clean. There's the central locking. I'll leave the key in the door just so I know where it is. And the bonnet pull is under here on these. We'll get the bonnet open and we shall have a look underneath. There. So I've got the bonnet open. One thing I've noticed is there's this black plastic, which is a sticker that goes on the top of the headlamps here. They are a genuine thing. This to stop sort of glare coming up into underneath the bonnet. I'm going to clean the tops of these off. Just clean the top of this one off as well, because it's all brown. It's got a bit of algae on there. Clean all this off just so we're minimising dirt getting in, and obviously scratching and rubbing and bits and pieces like that. So maybe you can or can't see on here, but I've used a product called No More Dirty Bike, and that is from Poundland, and it's a wonderful fast action cleaner. It's a degreaser as well, and it really is good for removing sort of grime. So I've rubbed all that off with Dirty Bike now, and I've even tried to clean just the top of this grille. One thing you will realise about having a white car, if you've got one, is the second you touch it with a cloth that's any sort of dirty, it just smears. I've learnt that this week. So the headlamps are now clean and ready for these to be fitted. In the box is a set of instructions. To ensure correct installation, this procedure must be followed exactly. It is advisable to avoid slamming the bonnet. Clean the headlamp covers on a regular basis with soap and lukewarm water solution. Do not use abrasive cleaners. Here's the official Proton Accessories card then. Open the bonnet. Thoroughly clean the driver's and passenger's headlights with methylated spirits or glass cleaner. We've done that bit. That's all done. Position the driver's side headlight cover over the driver's side headlight. Locate the tags. Apply pressure upwards onto the top of the headlight until the top tag locates directly. Repeat to remove. Carefully ease the tag. Yep, fine, not a problem. We used to fit these to K11 Nissan Micras back in the day, my dad and I, so fingers crossed it's the same sort of process. These have got the the black lines, and they say Proton on. We'll have a good look at these in a moment. Last thing I want to do is scratch any of these, so I'm just going to gently lay them in here. And I think that the fitment will be the same for aeroback and saloon. Might have to get that out of there. That's good. Get that out of here. This one is obviously the driver's side. We'll get that out and then we'll have a look. There it is then. What I'm going to do is just hold it up so you can see it. Proton, it says on the side there. And it's just like a Perspex headlight cover. The whole point of these is to protect your headlights, them being glass, from stone chips. So what I'm going to do is just put it roughly into place here and do a trial fitment. At the moment, they're not fitting between the bumper and the lights. I expected that. I'm going to have a little bit of jiggery pokery and see if we can get that fitted. So the first one's fitted, and I couldn't show you that because I needed both hands. But you can see here, there's quite a big gap here. That is just how they are, just how they're moulded. But this one is now fitted. It's nice and flush against this edge, and it just snapped onto the front there, and that looks quite good. I quite like that. What we'll do is I will, now I'm familiar with how to fit them properly without breaking anything, I'll show you this one on camera. So we'll get this out of here. Make sure I keep all the packaging for future reference and for future purpose. I'll get this one out of here. Again, difficult with one hand. And the second one's now out. And what I'm going to do is just have a look under here. Just align that with there. Just align that with there. And gently try and just position that. Gently slide that in there. Move it along a little bit. What you want to do is make sure that this edge is nice and flush. It actually needs to go that way just a little bit more, which again is really difficult one-handed. And for some reason there's a clip that's glued here. I'll just move that clip along. Lift that, and it should just now snap into place. And there it is, it's in place. It's not as flush as this one actually, it probably needs to go that way a bit more, so I'm going to just give it a little wiggle and push it that way a bit. There you have it then, that's two headlight protectors fitted to this Proton. I'm just going to this one, I don't like the fitting on this one. In fact, this one probably needs to come this way a little bit now. That's better, that's fitted nicer there. That line there, nice and in line with that indicator there. And in line with this here, and that one there as well. So the next thing I'm going to do is shut the bonnet, make sure the fitment's okay. You have got an adjustable screws on here to make sure the bonnet fits nicely. And obviously I've increased the width by about, I don't know, 4 to 6 mil at the top there. So what I'll make sure I do is fit that nicely and make sure it's all nice and fitted before we call that a day. So there's a massive gap between the bonnet and this at the moment because I haven't put the bonnet down properly. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't going to catch here and smash it, or here and smash these, because the last thing I want to do is either damage my bonnet or break these. That's it then, bonnet shut. The gap here is nice, it's not rattling, it's not touching them. And this one, same again, no rubbing. Last thing I want is for this bonnet edge to rub against these and cause either damage to the bonnet or the plastics. What do you reckon? I reckon they look pretty swish, and I'm probably the only person that's got them on their Proton today. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, Give us a subscribe if you haven't, then please do subscribe to the channel. Lots of great stuff on the way, including we're going to fit some awesome floor mats to these. I love them. I think they're brilliant. Job is a good one. Till next time, have a great day, whatever you're getting up to. We'll see how these headlamp protectors hold up and how easy they are to clean behind as well in a couple of videos time. Have a great day. Take care. Goodbye.